Hey guys, I've got another video tour for you here. This one's another Sterling Homes show home. It's a laned home and we're in River's Edge. So let's take a look. Alrighty, so you can see this one is on a corner lot. And this is kind of what the neighborhood in River's Edge looks like. River's Edge is a bit further south than the uplands. Right now it still kind of feels like you're in the middle of nowhere, but that's going to be changing quickly because they're building out the area quite quickly. So this one's a laned home, so that means it's set up for a back detached garage sort of setup. I'm actually not sure what they call this particular model. I didn't see anything labeled outside or any sheet kind of showing us, but what I can tell you is that it's 3 or 4 bedrooms and 2.5 baths. So this one, it's got what feels like, I think that's vinyl plank that we got here. So lighter vinyl plank. This is the entryway. Since it is a corner lot, you're gonna end up with more side windows. So that's one of the best parts about a corner lot is you end up with more light because you got more windows. But you do have a sidewalk, a big long sidewalk to clear. But as you can see, since it's a show home, they've got some nice decor. Yours probably won't look this good unless you're much more organized than me. Here's the front closet. Nothing too crazy, but functional. And then that 4th bedroom is a main floor bedroom. So they've got this set up as their show home office right now. So that basically shows you what you could expect if it was a den. Pretty good size, right? It's comfortable. They were able to put a desk in here with 2 chairs to meet with clients. And it still has the closet. So it works very easily as a bedroom as well, but a lot of people might use it as a den. And then they've got their main floor full bath. And that's the big plus if you've got family or something that are gonna be staying on the main floor, maybe older parents that don't have to worry about stairs. The main floor bath is awesome for that, or even if it's just a guest bathroom or a guest bedroom and bathroom, you've got that. So it's a pretty nice one they've got in here. It's tile, it's got a couple built-in nooks there at the back. I love the beautiful, massive tiles. And you've got sliding glass door. Then the rest of this is pretty typical, you know, quartz countertop. You've got your cabinets, decent sink with some extra space. Burnt out light bulb, shame. That's just to go in the basement. We'll save that for later. But as you can see, then it opens up sort of into the open concept design with the kitchen and living room and dining room. This feels more like granite to me. I think that's a granite countertop. Same kind of color of cabinets. Ooh, this is nice. They got a double sink. I think this is considered granite sink. I like the light color that they've got on there. And you got your faucet that I'm struggling to put back into place. You got your stove. And I like this massive backsplash. It's 1 slab, which is basically like putting another piece of countertop along the back. So that's definitely an upgrade that you'd be paying for if you got that. And then look at this. This is the hood fan. It's literally like finished in. Oh, no, you don't see that very often. So that's pretty cool design. They got the built-in microwave here, you know, lots of cabinet space. There's, you know, drawers on this side. They got a big fridge included on this one with the ice and water dispenser. And then over here, they tucked in a little pantry. It's not a walk-in pantry, but because it goes around the side, you can still fit quite a bit of stuff in there. And as is pretty typical these days, it is open concept design. That's what you're gonna see pretty much everywhere. They got lots of lights, they got pot lights, they've got 4 over top of the island. The island's set up with 3 chairs, which I think is the right number, but you could probably squeeze 4 if you really needed to. And then here's the living room. So they did the same kind of thing around the fireplace mantle that they did for the hood fan, where it almost feels like plaster, to be honest. I'm wondering if that is plaster, because it's not just normal drywall, like it actually has some texture. And that's a pretty nice electric fireplace that they got there. I like that. It's a little different and taller and wider than a lot of the more typical ones, so I don't think they cheaped out on that. And there's your dining area. Nice big windows at the back. They've got a small little deck here, nothing too crazy. And as you can see, there's a parking pad. So this particular show home doesn't have the garage, but you could very easily put a garage like that on it. It's ready to go. It's already got the, don't want to call it the foundation, but maybe that technically counts as the foundation. It's set up to be able to build a garage on it at any time. You've got the electrical there. That's something you can do after buying pretty easily with the contractor, but a lot of times you can do that through Sterling as well if you do it earlier, but if you're buying one that's already built, then you'd have to do it afterwards. Let's take a look back inside. So here's the dining area. They've kind of got this interesting choice of a drape that they've got going all the way around. Not quite sure why, but there's a nice window there. They're fitting a 4-seater here. If you need more space, you could pretty easily fit a 6-seater. And then this is how we are gonna go upstairs. So same flooring here. I still think it's vinyl plank, although it's possible I'm being fooled and it's actually engineered hardwood. But the texture feels a little bit more like vinyl plank to me. But they're getting better and better at fooling us these days. So you never can be 100% confident. All right. So here they've got a bonus room kind of set up in the middle here. Not huge, but as you can see, they were able to set it up with like a nice fluffy couch and a TV, and it doesn't actually feel cramped to me. I think putting the mirrors on the wall was a good choice to help make it feel a little bit bigger. But let's take a look over here. This is the master. Pretty decent size for a lane home. This looks like a king size bed to me, and there's more than enough room for end tables on both sides. The lights are a nice touch there. Yeah, there you can turn them off individually. And then this has got an electric fireplace as well, with a nice mantle and everything. So feels pretty premium for a master suite in a laned home, but that's to be expected on a show home for the most part. All right, so you got 3 decent sized windows there, and then you've got your master here. Single sink, modest countertop space, got your toilet, and then got a pretty nice tile shower here with a couple different types of tile, including a built-in tile bench. That's really nice. So you got that, and then you can tell this is not just a tiny square. The whole width would be about a full standard size, but you're not losing much by getting that bench. And I would say it's well worth it. You can see there's a different tile design along the top. Oh, there's also a nice little built-in nook there. I'm kind of jealous. I wish my shower was like that. So a nice design there on the shower. No real complaints about the master. Now, the master would not be complete without a walk-in closet. So they've got a modest walk-in closet here. I wouldn't say it's massive, but I can technically walk into it. So it's still a walk-in closet. All right, so going back through the bonus room, over here is either linen or, yeah, nice big linen closet. Yeah, you'll use that. And then here is washer and dryer. So they've put these in a pretty small space, so they're stacked. You don't have any extra storage really, unless you get really creative with fitting it on the side. There is a light switch in there, but I have to like reach around to get to it. These could probably be pushed in a bit further, to be honest. That would help a little bit, because it looks like there's space at the back that's not being used. So we'll look at that afterwards. But then you got your 2 bedrooms over here. Modest sized bedroom. Like this is like a double bed, I would say. Maybe a queen, but it looks more like a double to me. And there's enough room for small end tables on each side, or night tables. So looks out the back. And for a small bedroom, it actually has a pretty hefty little walk-in closet here that rivals the one in the master. So yeah, that's definitely a smaller bedroom. And then this one is a little bit bigger. You can see it comes out further here, so you end up with like a little bit more space, but not a lot. It's still pretty small, but for a laned home, like you can't really expect much more than that. And then this one doesn't have a walk-in closet. It's just got a standard closet, but that's pretty typical. Then over here, you've got the main bath. Again, same flooring. I actually just noticed they kept this flooring throughout upstairs, which is really nice. That would be an upgrade. This would be more expensive to put in than just carpet. But if you've got allergies or you're horrified by how dirty carpets get over time, this is a great choice because you can actually keep it clean and it's better for your health. This one's got a tub shower combo with some decorative tile along the top. It's textured. I like the tile choices that they put in this house. And then you just got your basic vanity. That all looks pretty good. Okay, so the basement's not finished in this one, but it does have a side entrance. So I want to show you that, and they've even labeled what a floor plan could look like in there for a suite with tape on the ground. So that's kind of cool what they did. So let's flip her back around. So that's the front door just over there. Oh, recentered. That's the front door over there. So here's the basement. You can see the kitchen's there. So come down. Here's your side door. So that's what allows you to have a separate legal suite when you've got the side door like this. And because it's a corner lot, you actually have quite a bit of extra space here that you wouldn't usually have. Let's head on down. Okay. So that's the mechanical room in there. You would basically end up putting another furnace here, right? If you were putting a suite in. It's your sump pump, your current furnace, hot water tank, HRV, and here's your electrical panel. Still got room for finishing the basement, but here's the actual basement. So they've laid out tape so you can kind of see what it would look like if you did want it to be a suite. Now it doesn't have to be. You could just make this a 2 bedrooms and a rec room and a bathroom. But if you want it to be a suite, they've got it set up so, okay, you put 1 bedroom over here. You need a window if it's a bedroom. This is the family room right here. And then they're imagining that the kitchen would go here, probably like a galley kitchen. They're expecting stacked laundry there. And a 2nd bedroom over there, because you got a window, and the bathroom back there. So that's kind of their suggested suite sort of setup, and you can even see where they put the closets, right? So you don't have to do that, but they're just kind of showing you the potential that it has. With them saying the kitchen goes here, they didn't actually run the rough-ins, so on this one you'd actually still have to run more rough-ins, unless you could use that for the kitchen, but I don't know if you really need that for the laundry or not, but just something to point out. But yeah, so that's it for this one. Sterling Homes has quite a few show homes around the city that I'm going to be touring. But if you're interested in buying one of their spec homes, which are the ones that are basically ready to go, they've already picked all the colors and everything. They've either started construction or completed construction on a lot of these. The pricing's kind of set and you can get into those ones. You don't have to overthink it or anything. You can do that, but they also do have build from scratch. So if you want to pick everything, you want to pick your finishes, you want to pick your colors, pick what upgrades you want. This is a show home, so there's numerous upgrades in here. You can decide which ones are worth it for you, which ones aren't. You go through their design center essentially. But as an agent here in Edmonton, I work with Sterling Homes as well. So if you're looking to check out something from Sterling Homes or any other builder or resale homes, just reach out to me. You can reach me on my cell at 780-819-5508, and look forward to seeing you guys on the next tour. All right, thanks for watching.